Finally, let's explore what happens if both supply and demand shift at the same time. When supply and demand shift at the same time, we will know how one of the variables changes, either price or quantity. However, the change in the other variable will be unknown or indeterminate. Let's do an example. Suppose we have a decrease in the price of a complement. And we also have an invention of a new technology. Each of these things will affect the market in different ways. The first thing you want to figure out is whether or not the event shifts supply or demand. Each event I give you will only shift one of the lines. Here we have two separate events, each affecting one of the curves. The decrease in the price of a complement will lead to an increase in demand for the product. On the other hand, the new technology will lead to an increase in supply of the product. So we have simultaneously an increase in demand and an increase in supply. The new equilibrium point will be at the intersection of the supply and demand equations, the new ones. Here, we will see that both of these factors lead to an increase in quantity. So it's clear that the new equilibrium will occur at a higher quantity. But it's unclear whether the price will be higher or lower than at the old equilibrium. That's because an increase in demand increases quantity and increases price, but the new technology increases quantity while decreasing price. So the net effect, of course, will increase quantity, but we don't know whether price will increase or decrease. It will depend on the size of these two effects. So we say that the change in quantity will be positive, but the change in price is unknown or indeterminate. Like I mentioned, this will be true anytime we have a shift in both supply and demand. And I've summarized the combinations of supply and demand shifts that we can see here in these equations. We'll practice this more in class, but you should start to getting used to figuring out the impact on a market of different events through their impact on supply and demand.